Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary Series. Blue-Red Eldrazi versus 4C Rally. Rally just threw down a Collected Company and got a Reflector Mage and an Nantuko Husk. He uses the Reflector Mage to get rid of the Scion token. Honestly, I think I would have gotten rid of the Mimic myself. But bouncing tokens is a guaranteed kill, whereas bouncing the Mimic means that it'll come back. So Eldrazi, he's not in a bad spot yet. Rally hasn't really gotten rolling too much. Sky Spawner attacks in for 2, and he passes the turn. I was kind of hoping he'd throw down something impressive, like maybe a Thought-Knot Seer. So Rally just needs to start playing creatures and hope that he can get a Zulaport Cutthroat. Fleshbag Marauder. He'll sack off the Elvish Visionary. Okay. He got rid of the Fleshbag Marauder. I mean, I guess 1 extra damage. Unless he's going to sack it to the Husk to make it 2. Response from Eldrazi. Spatial Contortion on the Husk. All he has to do is sack 1 creature to it, and you've made his Husk ginormous. That was not a very good plan. And Reality Smasher. Well, he'll be able to get in for 7 and even up the life totals, 10-10. And Rally still, he just needs to play more creatures. Though if he had a direct kill spell to get rid of the Reality Smasher, he has enough cards in hand that he most likely has something he can throw away to get rid of it. And that would be in his best interest to get rid of this thing. Murderous Cut would be actually really good because he could pay 2 and get rid of these lands to pay for the rest. He doesn't have enough black for a Ruinous Path. Spatial Contortion isn't good enough. He doesn't run colorless, sorry. I was thinking of all the cards he could use. He's not running colorless, so Zulaport Cutthroat followed by Sidisi's Faithful. And he does exploit the Faithful to bounce Reality Smasher. And gets in for another 4 damage. So actually, Eldrazi's in pretty big trouble here. 4 damage will take him down to 5. I'm trying to think. Radiant Flames wouldn't be good enough because it wouldn't kill anything but Cutthroat and his own creature. Spatial Contortion is another bad idea because it would just do exactly what happened the last time. Reality Smasher. You know, it's unfortunate he has so few cards in hand, otherwise he might have had some options here. Now, the Smasher is a problem, but Rally has plenty of creature answers here. He only has to sacrifice 5 creatures. If he were to rally right now, He'd miss the Fleshbag Marauder. Oh, Catacomb Sifter. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's one short. But he's attacking all in here because why not? Oh, and he's sacrificing to the Husk already. I have to say, this was ill-advised. Oh no, that was perfectly thought out. Sorry, I didn't even see that possibility. Sacking all that to the Husk and then sacking the Husk so that he's at 1, he has to block, which is going to kill it, and kill himself. That was a brilliant play. I thought he was going to end up one short. Not that that would have saved Eldrazi, but wow. Well done, sir. Let's go to game 2. Alright, turn 2 Sultai Emissary from Rally. Pretty slow start for the Eldrazi side. Sky Spawner. Yeah, I was just thinking. Thought-Knot Seer is actually really good against Rally because you can search their hand and exile the card. So if, for example, it's a creature, you can get rid of it permanently. Emissary attacks in for 1. No blocks. Eldrazi goes to turn 4. Okay, Thought-Knot Seer. So this is actually the best turn 4. Well, there's an argument to be made because he could have played an Eldrazi Mimic on turn 2 and then Sky Spawner and then turn 4 Reality Smasher so that he could attack in big. But this way he can get rid of something like Collected Company so that he doesn't get creatures. Catacomb Sifter, Nintuko Husk, Flooded Strand, Reflector Mage. So either way, he's going to be one color of mana off of his ideal setup. Unless he draws. That's actually quite odd. I mean, unless he needs more black. Or maybe he's not running basics of green and white. But now he can play everything in his hand. There's the Reflector Mage. Gets rid of the Scion token. I was just thinking, why does it do that? So, if he were to have decided to Reflector Mage Thought-Knot Seer, he would have gotten a card off of it and wouldn't had to have seen Thought-Knot Seer again for 2 turns. But then he would have lost another card to Thought-Knot Seer when it came back. Whirler Rogue, who is actually really helpful. He just made the Thought-Knot Seer unblockable, so he can get in for 6 damage here. So Rally's down to 10. He does have a pretty decent setup. He has his Cutthroat already. We know he has Nantuko Husk in his hand. The problem is that the Eldrazi deck is putting out an impressive volume of damage. Catacomb Sifter. That'll get him a Scion token, which he can use to play the Nantuko Husk. Scry, and then Cutthroat trigger, so Eldrazi will be down to 18. And Rally will be at 11. And no attacks. I'm actually a little surprised that he didn't attack in with the Emissary there. Maybe Reality Smasher? Nope, Ruination Guide. That's actually really good here. And he didn't... Oh, he's going in with the Flyers. I was going to say, I thought he was going to make him unblockable again, but 2, 4, 7 damage takes Rally down to 4. And leaves the big body of the Thought-Knot Seer open to block. But Rally is pretty much dead unless he can do something here. And his graveyard is empty, so if he has a Rally, it's completely useless. He's only got 2 cards in his hand. Nantuko Husk attacking in. He can chump block with the Whirler Rogue. Is what I would do, just as a safety net. Okay, throwing the Thought-Knot Seer in there. So he has to sack 3 creatures for the Husk to live. Starts off with Sultai Emissary, which gives him a Manifest token. And sacks the Manifest token, which was a Nantuko Husk. Okay, combat damage goes through, Husk lives, Thought-Knot Seer dies. He gets to draw a card, plays a land, and passes the turn. Okay, attack in with the Flyers. So that's 7 damage, so he has to sacrifice 2 creatures to live through this. Unless he has a card in hand. Yeah, this is your last chance. Okay, there he goes. Sacrifices the Reflector Mage. Murderous Cut on the Ruination Guide. Okay, so that drops it down to 4 damage, so he goes down to 3. But he only has 1 card in hand, 2 now with his draw. And he still can't stop Flyers. Another Nantuko Husk. And attacks in. Chump blocking with the Whirler Rogue. So, Husk dies, Whirler Rogue dies, and Rally will go up to 4. End of turn, it looks like he's firing off the Foundry to get some more Thopter tokens. And he has lethal on the board now. And there's a Reality Smasher. That pretty much seals the deal here. Oh, attacking in with the Flyers only, saving the Reality Smasher in case he has a trick. But that is 4, 5, 6 damage flying, and that's the game. Well, folks, that was Blue-Red Eldrazi versus 4C Rally, and if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me.